Back in the late 70s and early 80s, there was a TV show for children called Joy Junction on a Christian network. Very popular at the time in the Florida area, but there was a dark side to it. That dark side, it's Brian Ronald William Brown.
Ladies and gentlemen of all ages, boys and girls, thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of Angry Meat Production. We appreciate you coming in and letting us be a part of your lives week in and week out. We hope to do our best to present you with something that your eardrums delight in. Whether you're looking at us on YouTube or Rumble, or listening to us on Spotify, Google, or Anchor, or any of the other podcast services that we are currently on or trying to get on. We thank you. And if you don't mind, at the end of every episode, stop by, leave us a comment, leave us a like. If it asks for 5 stars, we'll take 5 stars, even if you don't like us. 5 stars are what it's all about. With that being said, we hope you enjoy our attempt to make our advocation our vocation. Ladies and gentlemen, let the games begin.
We here at Angry Me Production want to thank our sponsor, Mobile Notary Mindy. She's certified with the National Notary Association. She's also bonded and E&O insured. She offers a wide range of services including wills, powers of attorney, medical documents, healthcare proxies, living wills, certification of trust, assignment of personal property, HIPAA waivers, advanced healthcare directives, and 9/9 verification. You can find her on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at Mobile Notary Mindy. You can also visit her webpage at TexasMobileNotaryMindy.com. That's TXMobileNotaryMindy.com. Thank you so much and enjoy the show.
Welcome, Angry Faithful. Yeah, that's right. I saw this on TikTok earlier this week, and it's called The Dark Side. It was like a little clip of Joy Junction, and it was the little TikTok thing was very well done, but they didn't explain a lot of what was happening with this TV show. And we're going to go on with that. I thought it was very interesting, and yeah, let us begin. Joy Junction was a children's TV series that was filmed presumably in the 1980s, but one source said it was actually 1993 to 2005. It varies from place to place where you actually look in the site. This is the only thing I could get on the Joy Junction TV show, because almost everything on this show was deleted and destroyed, as much as they possibly do. But it was filmed in front of a live studio audience, including games that the kids got involved in. They won prizes such as watches, T-shirts, which was alongside teaching kids about the Bible and Christian morals to live by. In spite of its long running, there is very little information about the show that really is readily available, including no Wikipedia page, nothing in IDM. Nothing has surfaced on the website like eBay or Amazon with merchandise or bootleg tapes. However, when you look back at the show, the vast majority of the results will get related to the arrest of one cast member in 2013, and that's Ronald William Brown, which we'll go into this right here. Ronald William Brown was a ventriloquist puppeteer on the TV program Joy Junction, a variety show Christian network in 2013. He received a 20-year sentence for child pornography charges. So they got him ahead of a time before he did his dark stuff. But he still was a psychopath. So that's the reason why we're going through with this. But the full story is much disturbing. Brown was first in trouble when someone found a boy's underwear found in his possession. However, he got off claiming they were for his puppets. Authorities alleged they found pictures of decapitated children that had been bound and cooked in one of the men's computers. Other lewd pictures of children engaging in bondage were allegedly found inside the man's home in Largo, Florida, following the raid in July 19th, 2013. A missing child flyer was allegedly found inside of his home. One of the men's in this heinous discussions was Michael D. Arnett, then 38 years old, who was accused of taking photos of young boys with their private parts exposed. The boys were toddlers with clothes wrapped around their heads and their mouths gagged. One of the boys was around 1 or 2 years old. Was in the roasting pan displayed in an open oven. Other children another child was in a roasting pan on the floor. Other sexually explicit photos of the young boys were taken throughout Arnett's home. Family members, including the mother of one of the alleged victims, said Arnett did not do anything up towards, and that the roasting pan pictures were meant to be funny. Conversations between Arnett and a Florida man repeatedly engaged in for months were quite sinister. Alleged conversations solicited and violent. And it also included toddlers, which they named piglets, and how best to cook them. Brown and Arnett, along with 42 others, were netted in a child pornography sting that spanned 2 continents, including from every walk of life. Believe it or not, the worst part of the story isn't that the individuals wanted to molest children. Instead, their online chats revealed a deep desire to murder, mutilate, and eat their corpses too. Brown even had a particular victim in mind, a boy who attended his local church. The horrified level of details in the plans is captured in eerie nature in the back and forth dialogue attached to a transcript of the online dialogue. Thousands of chat lines discussed how they would target children, kidnap them, abuse them before murdering, and then eating them. One of the chat rooms, Arnett asked how a child was doing. Sadly, he was doing well. I wish I had him tagged and gagged in the closet. He would make a fine Easter feast, Arnett replies. 2 of the men proceeded to discuss graphic how they would cook him and imagery of his terror before dying. Brown asked Arnett to help him abduct and kill a child. I think I could handle the snuff easy, Brown wrote. It would be the catch and butchery that would be hard. Brown told the authorities that he had just discussed his fantasies in chat rooms, but he would never really do it. Brown said that Arnett was into the killing and cannibalism of children, specifically toddlers. She made a sweet little oven roast, Arnett wrote on one of the posts. She'd better off being eaten anyhow rather than growing up any longer as another trailer park brat. Arnett advised Brown to throw trailer park in low-income housing complex because they are great breeding grounds for even small ones who aren't as well watched. Brown said that he helped out in children areas of the church he attended every Wednesday. Several children from his neighborhood and surrounding neighbors would come to his house for pizza before he gave them all a ride to a church in a van provided by the church. That is all the stuff that I could gather on this. The guy was just evil upon evil. Now, the only thing that he was caught on was basically having child pornography on his computer. But it's one of those things is once you start out and you begin to have these thoughts and everything. I'm not saying that everybody has these thoughts. I'm just saying that once you act on them, it's slippery slopes when it starts. What I'm trying to say, from what I gathered from researching a lot of these killers and everything, they go from the thoughts, then they go through something small like burglary or robbery, and then they escalate or uh, dismembering a child, not a child, but pets or animals because they think that it's all right. Then they escalate more to more sinister, which even the animal cruelty is still sinister. And they go out and they do more. I'm so happy to see that these men, I don't even want to call them men, these monsters were caught beforehand before they started doing evil deeds like that. Now, I have Max with me. We're going to do a little bit of discussion on this and have a, open debate, I guess. Whatever we're going to do. But this portion is basically going to be on YouTube. So if you want to go back and go to our YouTube page, the Angry Me Production YouTube page, and look at the whole rest of our discussion, because we're just going to put this on TikTok, and it's going to be the first part of our Psychos and Sociopaths episode. But if you want to go there and check the rest of it out, and or listen to it on Spotify, everything else. But let us get Max on to the scene. Hey, Max.
Hello, everybody. Hello, David.
Hey, that was some crazy story on that about just the just the transcripts from their internet chat rooms. How they want what they want to do to children. I read these things a lot, and there's a lot of it hits you where I end up like looking at people differently because of it. How do you view, like, I mean, we're coming out with a shirt. It's Johnny's working on it right now, one of our other hosts. It's if you penetrate, we penetrate. It's gonna have a gun with it. That's gonna be a cool shirt. But what do you think brings up this kind of depravity on people? I mean, you see it all around the world and everything, but you just can't grasp the fact of this kind of evil, especially people that are saying they're like Christian people and they go to church and XYZ because of their religion. I'm like, you don't do it. Don't even joke like that. There's some jokes and everything that I don't even tell because it's just horrible.
It's hard to imagine that, such an individual even existed. You would think it was a character or fiction that you just made up, but unfortunately, yeah, this is a actual human being that walked the earth amongst us. And what's even sadder is, not to mention the religious background that he had and used that in way of manipulation and to to fall under the guise of righteousness and religion. But what's even worse is the fact that he's just like one guy out of so many out there that we don't even know about that are just as demented and disturbed, if not more so, than what this guy is. But this guy right here, he's up there. To be able to even, I've never wanted to cook anything other than like, maybe some steak, some burgers on the grill, stuff like that, saute some mushrooms. Never thought about cooking any humans ever. But there's people that it's a true thing. I mean, there's clearly people that are that demented, that twisted, that sick out there that, If we can find them, we ought to stop them by any means necessary. That could be taken a lot of different ways.
Yeah,
But
and I'm looking at the transcript. This is one of the transcripts. As like this is a chat during Arnett and Brown discussions of abduction, murder, blah blah blah. Sample of the chat occurred in these frames. 4, 8, 11. I'm not putting that on the internet, but it's just a lot of horror stuff.
but these people are being serious.
Yes, in a way, and a lot of people are like, no, we're just joking. I doubt. I seriously doubt it. I seriously doubt it. I mean, that. I seriously doubt that these people. I mean, if you're caught with like, you're starting out with the evil of what viewing child photos that are indecent, then you shouldn't. You're starting off on a bad foot, and you should be dealt with. Honestly, in my opinion, jail time for
You think
that.
that's kind of like the gateway thing for, but not like either one of us are going to really know. But I mean, I mean, I don't even know how you start. I know, like with people that do things, serial killers, especially
Well,
with serial
they
killers, like to do things to animals, etc. So, do you think it's kind of like the same when it comes to pederasts?
that is literally a start, really, on stuff like that. It's see what they can get away with. It's always the whole uh, see how far you can take this type stuff. Which, oh God, I just can't know. It's one of those things. Is I don't want to even imagine that because it's just so sick. Just if nobody's looking, we can do this. I mean, if you look at, I was listening to Time Suck on. Let me pull up the issue of Time Suck, and if anybody that listens to Time Suck, and I'm not trying to steal on his stuff because he's having a bad habit with that right now. Someone did what do you call it? I'm totally forgetting what it is called. And if you do look at Time Suck and you watch this and you're thinking I'm plagiarizing. That's what it is, plagiarizing. I'm not plagiarizing of what he did. I love Dan Cummings' Time Suck. I would never do that. I want to reach out to him one day and see if either A, he comes on do a show with us, or B, just have a conversation of all this stuff. But the guy was Randy Woodfield. I'm not going to do his. He did it really great. But from what part of the episode, what he ended up doing is he ended up this Reddy Woodman. He ended up going in and he was basically testing out the waters. He would go into the child's bed, then sleep with the child. Then he would be, end up taking off the clothes. It's just a gradual test, and it's called grooming. Basically, they're grooming the child, and I just oh God, I just want to take those types of people and just because there's
Delete.
a lot of, yes, we would delete them with the metric system, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
But that's the problem with a lot of people is like, how could this happen? I can tell you exactly how it happens, and a lot of people, even the serial killer, even the pedos, will tell you. It's like the one thing they look for is if the child has a predominant male father figure in that child's life. If he's like a sheepdog. We'll call it sheepdog because that's something everybody can visualize since it's now a thing. But
A guardian of sorts.
Very protective guardian. That's what the people emphasize with sheepdogs is they're very protective of their flock. They take care of them. They're a part of their kids' lives and events and everything. And if anything happens to their flock, tribe, flock, or anything, they take care of business. And there's several instances where, and what's really surprising, these instances aren't on the news. It's instances like the latest one I've seen, and it's probably a couple of years old, is three children. I call them children, but they stepped up to be men of this group. The stepfather was molesting their stepsister, and the three men, I'll call them men, stepped up and beat the crap out of these guys. This monster. It isn't monster. They beat the crap out of the monster, and boom, they were prosecuted. They went on their way, but they were defending their stepsister. They said, "No, this is not right. We're doing it this way." I'm gonna pause real. But another sheepdog type person, and a lot of people, I mean, if they choose to do that life, they're gonna be chomos. Then eventually they'll be caught out. And as a parent, if someone did anything harmful to my child, yeah, I'm supposed to protect my child. That is my job. Once I have a kid, once a kid is in, I gave up some of my genetics, we'll say it that way, and I have a kid. My job is to make sure that kid grows up safe, productive, and safe. You have to say safe twice. And you can say it like 15 times, but that you're supposed to have your kid and have them grow up safe. And if you feel that something is wrong and doesn't seem right, you take action. I'm not saying, you go take action. Although there's a lot of people out there that feel it let you slide. Like, oh, don't do that. Don't. No. But in all reality, I mean, have them prosecuted or something like that, and hopefully nothing. You see something. I mean, I've had people that's just like, "Hey, do you have a bad feeling about this guy?" It's like, "Yeah, I have a real bad feeling about this guy. I don't know what it is, but I don't feel comfortable doing X, Y, Z." And usually those thoughts are right, and it's real. I had a situation with my family, and they were like, "You don't know this person, and he's an upstanding person in society." And every time they say that, something clicks in my head. It's like, "No, we're not doing this. My child is not hanging out with these people." And they get defensive. And this is people in my own family getting defensive about this stuff. And I'm like, "No, if I have a bad feeling about it, I have a bad feeling about it, and we're bringing everything aside, and we're not dealing with it anymore." And then like 2 months later, I was right. And it's like, "Hey, remember that one time when you said that my feelings shouldn't matter and everything, and I shouldn't feel bad
Should
about
get
them?"
off in your feelings.
Yeah. I'm like, "I had a bad feeling." "Oh, I was right? Oh, man, dang. Sorry about
I
that."
remember they used to call that trust in your gut. Remember that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I trust my gut all the time. I was like, oh God, I think it was me, Johnny, and I think it was just me, Johnny, and my friend Kai. We went to go do something. We started watching something like across the road when we were out in the front yard. We just saw something. I was like, is that what I think it is? And we all looked at each other. I think so. So we went over them. We asked and see. We don't know what happened beforehand or after. I mean, there was nothing, legally bad happening, but we all had that like bad feeling, and we stepped up. A lot of people don't step up. That's another thing that kind of irks me. Is like that whole see something, do something. And
they'll do something. They'll grab their phone and start recording.
Yeah, that I can understand. Okay. On one hand, I can understand. Like there was, I watched a video just recently of a guy that was, I guess he was having like a big time road rage at this bar. And he was just like, he went into the sidewalk and was running over cars and everything. Yes. Should you have your phone out and recording that? Yes. Should another person have their phone out trying to contact the fucking police? Yes. But it's
Should
one
there
of
be
the
somebody out there shooting his fucking tires out, telling them to cut that shit out, get your ass out the car, out of the ground, motherfucker?
yeah. But if you're at a bar, you don't. If you're at a bar, then you're not really doing those things. But it's.
Good point.
Yeah, when you're
if you're at a bar, you're usually the one doing the stupid shit on the sidewalk. You're not the guy that's going, "Hey, you don't want to do that. That's a bad idea."
Yeah, but it's just one of those things that it really just irks me that people like see something. I have so many horror stories where I just wanted to just call the cops on somebody because they're being stupid with their child. One was I was at a gas station, just mind my own business, filling my car. And this lady comes up, she's like, "Hey, can you watch the kid in the car?" I'm like, "What do you mean watch the kid in the car?" She's like, "Well, I can't take the child with me and everything, and she's just going to be a hassle." I was like, "Grab the kid and take her to the freaking register with you." Well, I have to go in and pay. I'm like, she's a child. How do you not know that I'm a person that would steal this child and do horrible things?
How do you know I'm not on some kind of sex registry number
Yeah.
76257A5? What? Nothing.
That was
Yeah,
oddly.
that's the kind of shit I'm talking. I just want to give people the reality of the shit is that, just like if you were in a sex, offender search in your neighborhood or whatever, which you can do anytime you want,
Yeah.
you might be surprised, or you might be like,
How close they are. I've actually
I've
gotten
done it.
a letter once, just recently. I think it was about probably four. No, it's been about 6 months. It's been about 6 months, and it's basically the photo of the guy and the photo of the guy. I was like, "Oh, that looks like a." Oh, yep. That was correct on that one. It was like automatically in my head. I was like, what's this letter for? And I just, I'm a picture person, so I look at the picture first. I'm like, oh, what's this dude? I bet he's yep. It was like super quick, and it was verified super quick. It is, and they're. I hate to say it, but they're not up on their stuff for stuff like that. And I wish they kind of were, but you got to understand it's like you can't be full on that. I mean, people are busy and everything. I understand people get busy, but God, that's one of the things I would be like, nope, we got to get this stuff through. I got to do my due diligence on this. Well, everybody, thank you for watching this episode of Psychos and Sociopaths. Love you guys. Give us likes if you like it, if comment and whatnot. But I will check you guys later. Goodbye.